So that's a ricercar, and that's an Italian word for to search out. So this is an example of what I would call abstract music. And what I mean by that is that it's not a song, it's not a dance, and it's not describing something like a battle scene or anything like that. It's actually brought out through the imagination of the composer. And they wrote a lot of these. Lutenists in particular were known as improvisers. And a ricercar is sort of an improvised prelude. And in it, you can hear it's kind of meandering, and he's kind of feeling out where he wants to go with the piece. He's introducing, not necessarily a key, but kind of a mode. And after that, he would follow it with probably more of a full-blown fantasia, and then a song after that, other dance pieces. So these were enormously popular. There's a lot of voices going on in the piece, high and low. And that's pretty common in Renaissance music. The lute in the 16th century was the most important instrument in Western music. Composers composed on it. Even composers like Palestrina and Gabrieli actually wrote vocal music on the lute. Why'd they do that? Because it was like a pocket orchestra. Berlioz walked around with a guitar a lot because he could work out full textures right there without having to have a piano or anything like that. So it was important for that. It was important for accompanying singers. There's, again, as I said, a huge amount of solo music written for this as well. I'll play a different kind of piece now. This is by, oh, actually, I'm going to hand this out before I forget. This piece I just played is by Vincenzo Capirola, and it was copied down by a student who lived in Venice, I think, and was pretty wealthy. In order to keep it, it wasn't published, but it's in one or two manuscripts. And in order for it to survive, he had the scribe put down all kinds of interesting illustrations to make the book a work of art so that no one would destroy it. So I just want to hand out this one page. And Janine, if you don't mind passing it around so we can see it, what it looks like. You'll also see the tablature that I'll be playing from tonight.
Do you want to say where the manuscript is currently located?
I was going to say that, yes. This manuscript is located at the Newberry Library, just a few miles from here, which has all sorts of other cool treasures like this. When you see that piece of paper, you see that the tablature is numbers, a lot like guitar tablature, if you've ever seen that before. One difference is with Italian tablature, which is I'm playing from, the top is the bottom. In other words, the highest pitch string is on the bottom in that tablature, which takes a little getting used to. So that's Italian tablature. Most lute players these days play from tablature and not staff notation. And the reason for that is because when you're playing guitar now, there's generally just one guitar that you're playing. Same pitch everywhere. You have a question? Oh yeah, yeah. In fact, in the Renaissance in particular, there was a whole family. Just like with the violin family, you have the violin and the viola and the cello and the bass. It was like that in the Renaissance. This is basically an alto lute, so it's similar to a viola. I also have a tenor here and then some other bigger ones. So you would have, in the Renaissance, whole ensembles of just lutes playing. Pretty interesting sound. Here's a Calata alla Spagnola by Dalza.